no regular. My girl in a regular girl.
Y'all, it's K Cash. And I know I have been missing a couple of episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I did catch the latest episode. And I'm going to do like a recap, but more than ever, I got some questions that I feel like, oh my God. But anyway, it starts off with, and I did catch up with the other episodes. So I do know, Martell, he met up with his dad, and his dad, they look just alike, I do know about Kimmy's event, and the Holtz were saying that, she didn't have a lot of people to attend, and if they had something to do with it, it would have been better. Melanie and her new hairstyles, I guess when you're pregnant, sometimes you don't feel like yourself. So, Melanie, she trying out different wigs. The long blonde hair one, it was too much hair. I like the blonde on her or whatever, so that was cute. So anyway, we do know that Monster is here for the summer. What else happened? I think that's about it. I'm a little bit caught up, whatever. So anyway, breakfast in bed. Martell decides that he's trying to get on Melanie's good side. And let me ask y'all this: since they not sleeping together, how the hell she end up being pregnant? Somebody been knocking up somewhere. Somebody been doing something. Honey, please, I'm not trying to hear that. So anyway, there's breakfast in bed with Melanie. Martell says he's trying to get in her good graces, so he bring her breakfast. Melanie don't care nothing about that, honey. Melanie was sitting there looking at some paperwork for the divorce or whatever. And it was sweet what Martell did, and he asked her, what was she doing? And she was like, I'm just looking over some paperwork. He was like, okay, what kind of paperwork? Our divorce paperwork. He was like, man, give me back my breakfast, She just really she must have just found her voice. I don't know if she was always like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to write some of these questions down. I don't know if she was already like this or whatever, but whoo, honey, but to me, he brought it on himself. It's not like it's just her fault, So anyway, so, the next scene we got Cedric. I don't know, I'm gonna probably be saying his name wrong. I say it looked like Cedric, but it's like Cedric or some shit like that old country ass shit. Cedric, Maurice and Marceau, they go to the doctor to get a vasectomy. Yeah, they're trying to get a vasectomy. And I got a question. Was it okay for that doctor to be doing the exam, right there in his office? He couldn't take them in a room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just didn't look sanitary to me. It just didn't look right to me. I'm like, ugh. And he looking all at they junk to make sure, whatever. You couldn't do that in the room. You know what I'm saying? Is another nurse supposed to be in there? I guess it's because it's a man, but I don't know. I ain't like that. That shit didn't look too comfortable. But, let's see. Apparently, what's her name? Kimmy and Maurice talked about it or whatever, and, I guess they both decided that they don't want any more kids. However, Kimmy and Marceau, Kimmy was really upset with him, not communicating with her about that. And about that, I don't know. To me, that makes it seem like Marceau has something further. Like, he's trying to hide something a little bit further as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think Marceau is just buck wild. I think now that Tisha done got her a job and he's able to spend less time, I think the popularity of the show has, made them some at least local celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And I think now Marcel just getting buck wild with it. You know, he was probably doing stuff, you know, undercover, but now he just like, I'm finna get a vasectomy so I don't have no pop-up children to pop up over the place. Like, but apparently, you know, Tisha was not happy with that. And, you know, Mama was right. You know, in the last episode, you know, he took Mama out to dinner and she said, well, you think it got something to do with them 20 different women's, you know, that you kicking it with? How big is Huntsville? That's what I'm trying to find out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty much sure that everybody in the town probably know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, woo, Marcel Bucky, wow, baby, you hear me? He ain't giving up. And, you know, Tisha, she trying to, you know, start her career. And we see Tisha also, she goes to a speech therapist, which to me, she sounds fine. It's just that she has a southern drawl. And if you listen to that knucklehead Marceau, because you think that because he from up north and he's saying that you got a lazy tongue, everybody down here got a lazy tongue. It does not, and I'm glad when she went to the speech therapist and she expressed to her that don't let the way you talk make it seem like you're not intelligent or you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? To me, I'm thinking like, what is Marceau telling her? You know what I'm saying? And why did he marry her? Did he marry her because of her dialect or because she was a little, not slow, but because, you know, she's like that. She looks like the homey type person, you know, the person that wants to take care of the home and the family and things of that nature. But to me, Marcel looked like he could just be buck wild. And from him being from up north, I think that he's a little faster as far as development, as far as movement wise or whatever, because, you know, and with the speech therapist had a southern drawl to me as well. So I'm not understanding what Tisha is trying to do. You know, as long as you articulate yourself. Now, you know, I heard your mom, she was talking like, you know, some of her words were kind of backwards, but I mean, you went to college and you have an MBA and you have all of these things. So I think you're good. I think that it's just a little bit of self-esteem issues. You know, I don't know what Marceau is putting up in your head. I don't know what this show is really doing to you all, but baby girl, your voice, baby girl, your voice is beautiful. You know, I know me, when I was growing up, some people was like, oh, you talk white, and I don't know what that means. Sometimes I hear people, they say that I don't sound like I'm from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, this is the way I talk. Now, when I go to work, I do have a different voice that I do talk from. So, you know, my pronunciation and all of those things, they come out a little bit differently. And you have your work voice and you have your at-home voice. You know, and you got your voice when you upset. You know what I'm saying? So, I have learned to master those differences. I probably can't even do it right now on the camera. You know, I can do it like at work or, you know, I just have a higher pitch or a softer tone. And I make sure that the key about speaking is speak slowly. Okay? When you pronunciate your words, just speak a little bit slower. And the drawl will stop when you're supposed to. There's some words that I say wrong. Library, you know, ambulance, but I do know the correct term is ambulance, and I probably still can't say library, but library. You know, those are some of the things that, you know, that come natural, but I don't think it's no really issues with Tisha. But I am glad that, you know, she expressed to him, and Marceau thinks she damn near crazy. Marceau, if you just listened to your wife, she said flowers. Oh, Marceau, I'm so busy. You know, I got all these businesses, and if I can't handle the businesses, we won't be living in this house. We won't be having all this. Flowers. Flowers, you can pull it up on your phone, put a code in, put your credit card in. I'm pretty much sure you can even set it to the point where they can send her flowers every week or every 2 weeks, and it'll automatically come out your card. You balling like that? You know how to treat a woman. You got about 20 different women. You know what it takes to take care of a woman, Marceau. So why you lacking and not packing for your wife? You understand what I'm saying? You got to take care home. Whatever she is saying, you just need to bow down and plead to it. You see what I'm saying? And don't sit up here and think that she cannot find another man, because there is always someone bigger and badder than you. And I'm glad that mom did tell her that. And I don't want teacher to go into this depression mode over this old knucklehead because he don't know what to do and he trying not to have no outside damn children. I don't think that's right, and I don't think that's fair. So, yeah, after surgery, Kimmy, her and Maurice have been going through it because baby mama came and she had amnesia all of a sudden. She can't remember nothing. And Kimmy does deserve an apology. She deserves something. It's like Maurice is just always on her side trying to please her. But Maurice, why did you marry Kimmy for? You have to please her and understand how she's the one who lived with you. You're doing too much, Maurice, to please that lady. I don't know what you did in your past marriage, but that shit is dead gone. It's ending. It's a dead issue. You done kissing her ass. Your son don't even want to move to Huntsville. And I don't even think there's no issues that's going on with him right now for him to move to Huntsville. I don't think that's necessary. I think the summer times are just fine. You got to remember, he got his friends up there. His family is up there. For God's sake, his mom is up there, and she's remarried. It's nothing devastating that's going on in the family that I feel that he needs to be down there with his dad. Now, it may good for a good storyline, you know what I'm saying? But look at Kimmy. Kimmy is crying. Kimmy is hurting. This is supposed to be your number one girl right now. You understand what I'm saying? It's like Maurice is just not... I don't know, like, I just want to know the significance of him really bringing his son down here. I know after a certain age, whatever, but things have changed, circumstances have changed, and that's going to be a lot on Kimmy. She can't be changing the little nurse outfits like you want her to all the time if she got to sit up here and take care of your son. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I don't know, but, Martell. So I guess it's a little club in Huntsville where everybody go to. And I just hope now that, they realize that they're celebrities now. And when they signed up for this show, pretty much everybody gonna be in y'all business. But what I don't like is the fact that Martell feel like Melanie is doing something just because she woke up today and she just felt like she don't want to be with Martell anymore. That I don't like. When they were in breakfast, he gonna sit up there and tell her, we ain't getting a divorce. That need to get out your head. We're not doing it. So from what I heard, this lady that he with, this ain't just no side piece, honey. They got matching cars. You think Melanie finna sit up here and compete with that? And I like Melanie. You know what I'm saying? She is for what it's worth, she knows she's not sitting in the dark like Tisha. She knows there's a possible chance. Hell, she's even talked to the woman on the phone. I think that things just got out of hand and she's not happy. Melanie, she even sat down and talked to some people from her company. And I told y'all, whenever you try to do something, you have to have a plan. So she's already talked to the divorce lawyers. So now she's talked to the people at her company. She let them know that she's going to pull out. And I don't blame her. Like, Martell looks like he has his issues of how he feel about Melanie, and she has her issues about him. And apparently whatever Melanie's not doing, it's not pleasing Martell. So I feel like Martell, he trying to have his cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? He trying to have it both. But Melanie seems like she's just fed up with the situation. And basically, this is her last, like this is her very last attempt for Martell to either shape up or ship out. And she need to really let him know that she really need business. She's successful enough. She has her own brand. She already knows what she can do on her own. And Martell, he feels like he does his fatherly duties a lot. And I can understand that when you take care of a home and you feel like you do a lot of stuff, and if it's some stuff that you want to do, you feel like you should be able to do it. But the only problem about that is that you guys are married. So maybe, you know, things got a little too far. Even when Martell was talking to his mom, Mom Dukes know everything. And don't his mama look like Melanie a little bit? They favor each other. She asked him, was he still cheating? She asked him, was he in love? He said, no, I'm not in love. Well, you know, something must be happening. Because it's the same woman, and it's been years, even before the show. So when Melanie went on Facebook about the posting on Facebook, he getting upset. You know, he at this local club called a Hideaway. He talking to her. First of all, you at a club. First of all, you know that y'all business is out there. You know what I'm saying? He was talking to Cedric. He talking about some, man, you know, she put our business out there, put it on Facebook and posting. Did you not know you were on a reality show for everybody to see? You were on display. Martell, you're going to be known as the cheater. I don't know how that's going to go for y'all businesses. Maybe Melanie doing this just to let you know, like, at some point, like, this has to stop. You know what I'm saying? Melanie knows her worth. That's the thing. She knows her worth. You know, Martell just felt like he could just run all over her, all over the place. And even with her being pregnant, it's like, I don't know, sugar. I don't know how did that happen though? Like, I mean, it seemed like y'all really going at it like y'all ain't poking or nothing. But you know, y'all still having sex unprotected and you got pregnant. So I don't know, maybe y'all need to solve it, or maybe it is time for a break. You know, some relationships, some people get offended when you say, oh, we need a break. But I don't think you should get offended. I think sometimes the stress, you all spending a lot of time with each other, you all having the companies together, sometimes you do need a break from each other. You know, sometimes you really do need a break from each other. You know, Melanie was on the phone with her friend and she's like, I can't believe he's doing this. And she's gonna talk to the divorce lawyer, and I am ready to go on with the next steps of the divorce. I'm ready to do that. You know, so I saw in the next episode where she said it was over. It's over. You know, and he's upset. It's like he wants that family. But Martell, you are the one that created this. He the one that created this. So by him getting mad at her, and then when Cedric sat up and said, well, maybe she should get a boyfriend. What? Ooh, Martell said, oh no, that's out the question. Well, why should it be out the question? I mean, if she did have her time occupied, because she's putting all her energy into you, while you putting your little energy into somebody else, or you feeling like abandoned, or you feeling like you doing all this, that, and the third. I just feel like you doing the shit because you can get away with it. Also with Marceau, he do the shit because he can get away with it. But see, Marceau, you getting a little sloppy with it, sugar. And mama needs to be there because Tisha needs somebody. And mama saying that you're not a real daddy, you're not around, you know, you just figure that you got the wife in place, you got the family in place. Okay, I can just go ahead and do what I want to do. No, it's not like that. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe hopefully they can overcome this. I must keep being up to date so that we all can, you know, keep these videos together. Like I said, hoping that, you know, through this whole pregnancy, Melanie at some point doesn't be so stressed out about it, you know. I mean, as long as you stay in the household, as long as you see him every day, it's not good for the pregnancy. Like, and maybe she's been ignoring it for a long time, so, whew, I know y'all. I don't know. Like, I know in my marriage, it's all about communication. You know, I guess. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, hi.
The regular, my girl, and a regular girl.